Hello my dear students, today we shall be solving the MCQs of standard 220, SA 220, which focuses on the quality control on audit of financial statements. Okay, and also we shall be covering SA 230, some MCQs of 220 and some MCQs of 230. Okay, let's begin with the question from question 48. Okay, let's see what question 48 has to say. Who will take responsibility for overall quality in an audit of financial statements? So here they are focusing on what, my dear students? They are focusing on the overall quality in an audit of financial statements. So overall quality is definitely the responsibility of all the CA partners of the firm. Whenever we speak of audit, the responsibility is only of the CA partners. Okay, and yes, and overall quality in an audit is that of the responsibility of all the partners of the CA partners of the firm. Further, the next question: which of the following information assists the auditor in accepting and continuing client relationship? Integrity of principal owners, key management and TCWG, whether the engagement and the whether the firm and the engagement partner can comply with ethical requirements, whether the engagement team is competent to perform the audit engagement, has the necessary capabilities. We have seen that at the time of acceptance and continuous of audit engagements, these are all the matters which the auditor has to see. Auditor has to see if their ethical requirements are being complied, yes, whether they are competent enough for performance, and also what is the integrity of the principal owners and key management of the client, of the entity. So the best answer here should be D, all of the above. Now, appointment of engagement quality control reviewer is mandatory in case of listed entities. Yes, it is mandatory in case of listed entity. However, any entity can also have a quality control reviewer. Which of the following is not an element of quality control in an audit of financial statements? So, as we have seen, what are the elements of quality control? First is what? Come on. Yes, at the inception, we need to check whether, yes, the engagement partner, yes, we have to check the leadership responsibilities of the engagement partner. Then we have to also check what? Ethical requirements, then independence requirements, then acceptance and continuance, then performance, direction, supervision, review, monitoring, right? These are all the, yes, aspects of quality control. So here comes leadership responsibilities, assignment of engagement team is a part of the performance, then acceptance and continuance of client relationship, whereas signing on audit report is not an element of quality control. So D should be the answer. If any differences of opinion arise within the engagement team or between engagement partner and quality control reviewer, okay, the engagement team follow. Come on, in case of any kind of dispute, in case of any kind of confusion, what prevails? The firm's policies and procedures shall prevail. What shall prevail? The firm's policies and procedures shall prevail. Further, auditing firms should establish quality control policies and procedures for personnel management in order to provide a reasonable assurance that employees promoted. So what is the question? First, let's understand the question. Auditing firms should establish quality control policies and procedures for personnel management. So here they are speaking from the employees' point of view. Yes, in order to provide reasonable assurance that the employees promoted possess the appropriate characteristics to perform competently, the personnel will have the knowledge required to fulfill responsibilities assigned, extent of supervision and review in a given instance as may be appropriate. So here if we see that from the personnel management point of view, what are the quality control policies and procedures that should be embedded in them? Yes, that they should possess the necessary and appropriate characteristics. When we speak of option B, yes, personnel will have to fulfill the responsibilities. Yes, that is the responsibility of the engagement partner to check whether the same has been done. Supervision and review is also the responsibility of the engagement partner. In case of personnel management, A seems to be the most apt answer. Okay, let's go ahead to the next question. The least important element in evaluation of audit firm's system of quality control would relate to. Come on, tell me, my dear friends. Yes, the least important element in evaluation of audit firm system of quality control. Assignment of audit assistance, it's very important. Experts consultation, again very important. System for determining audit fees. Okay, let's read the next option. Confidentiality of clients' information. Is confidentiality important? Absolutely important. So A, B, D are absolutely important, and amongst these four options, the least important is the system for determining audit fees. Okay, yes. Let's go to the next question. In pursuing its quality control objectives with respect to independence An auditing firm may use policies and procedures such as emphasizing independence of mental attitude in firm training programs, in supervision and review of work, prohibiting employees from owning stock of public companies. Now, here, when we are speaking of independence, here we are speaking independence of the engagement partner. Okay, so here prohibiting employees does not make sense. Suggesting that employees conduct their banking transactions with banks and do not maintain accounts with client firms. Okay. Assigning employees who may lack independence to research positions. Rather, if we have independence embedded in the mental attitude, all of the problems get resolved. Okay, yes. Now, policies and procedures. The last question with respect to SA 220. Policies and procedures with respect to human resources address which of the following issues? Recruitment, capabilities, competence, all of the above. Yes, human resources recruitment is important, capabilities, competence is also important. So, all of the above is the most correct answer. Okay, now let's go ahead to see the MCQs covered for SA 230. Now here in this case, we shall be doing alternative questions, my dear friends. Okay, yes, a few of the alternative questions, and this seems to be a very easy standard. So when we speak of SA 230, it deals with what? It deals with audit documentation. Yes, okay. Then the purpose of audit documentation is assisting the engagement to plan and perform, to be accountable, and for future audits. Yes, if you remember, all of the three are the purposes of audit documentation. Yes, so all of the above is the answer. Let's go into the question 61. We are solving alternative questions. Okay, the objective of auditor as per SA is to prepare documentation that provides sufficient and appropriate record of the basis of auditor's report, evidence that the audit was planned and performed in accordance with SAs and legal requirements. Yes, so what is the objective of the standard? Yes, documentation is required itself for the basis, and also that the audit has been performed as per SAs, what SA 200 tells us. So here, C, both of the above is the correct answer. Out of the following, which is not an example of audit documentation? Come on. Yes, audit documentation. Is audit program audit documentation? Yes. Checklists prepared as to how work has to be performed. Is it a part of audit documentation? Yes. Summary of significant papers. Is it a part of audit documentation? Absolutely yes. So here we need to choose D, none of the above, as the answer. Let's go ahead further. Audit file means a storage media containing the records comprising audit documentation for specific engagement. See, one audit file, one specific engagement, or company's books of accounts, or audit documentation for all the audits undertaken, or all of the above. Come on. Audit file is what with respect to that particular, yes, client, and for that particular single audit period. So it is audit documentation for specific engagement. Let's go to the next question. The appropriate time limit within which to complete the assembly of the final audit is ordinarily not to be more than 60 days. It is 60 days, right? Now, not to be more than 60 days or not to be less than 60 days. It should not be more than 60 days. It should be done within 60 days. Okay? And last question for the day. Yes, working papers should be preserved for, now we know 7 years, but minimum 7 years or maximum 7 years. Yes, it is always minimum 7 years. If required by law, then the preservation can be extended for so much period as may be deemed necessary. Okay, so this is all about SA 220 and SA 230. Keep revising, keep studying. There cannot be anything more easier than solving the MCQs, which revises the entire concept, which rewinds the entire class, which is covered in 2.5 hours. Okay, take care. Bye bye. See you soon in the next session with more such interesting MCQs and on more such standards.